From dishwasher to millionaire. We all read the stories, but not many of us actually know those people. Well, I'm actually very lucky to know one of them. Well, the gentleman next to me didn't exactly wash the dishes. Maybe he washed the dishes.
I did it
as well.
I still do it.
But in fact, he used to be actually the DJ playing in one of the hotels that I was managing at the time. And today, well, he's really a real estate mogul in beautiful Dubai over here. And in this video, we're going to talk more about it. He will share his insights and share with you also some investment tips, what to invest in, what to look out for when you plan to invest into real estate in Dubai. So Daniel, super happy to have you on the channel today for the video. Thanks for your time. I know you're a busy man, so yeah, really awesome to have you.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward for the interview.
Cool. So to kick things off, maybe, not to go into all these detailed questions, but a few quick fire round questions to get to know you.
Yes, let's do it.
And then afterwards, we'll have a bit more detailed questions to ask for you. Early bird or night owl? What are you?
Both.
Both? Perfect. How many coffees a day?
Minimum 6.
Minimum 6. Okay.
6 double espressos.
That beats my 5. So, one country you'd love to invest outside the UAE.
One country I love to invest outside of the UAE, definitely nothing in Europe. I'm looking right now into England.
England? Where exactly?
In Greater Manchester area. Because there the prices are much lower than in London.
Okay.
And right now the pound is under pressure. But England is one of the most powerful countries in the world. So it's just a matter of time until they recover from Brexit. And then the pound will go up again. And you have capital appreciation. So it's quite good.
Move.
It's quite interesting rates over there right now.
Okay, cool. One app you can't live without.
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, okay. In Dubai, everything runs through WhatsApp. So.
Everything.
Yeah. Villa or apartment?
Definitely apartment. Penthouse.
Penthouse. I love it. Suit and tie or t-shirt and jeans?
Obviously.
Love it. Most underrated real estate location in Dubai?
JVC, Jumeirah Village Circle.
Okay. We'll talk more about this later on. One habit that contributed to your success?
Not burning bridges. I think it's very important to, you fight in business, you argue, you have agreements and disagreements with people, but I always kept in touch with everyone.
Very cool. Biggest lie in Dubai real estate?
This is the last unit. The last unit, sir. Please, you have to buy this. The last unit in the whole project. It's so under demand that this is the very last unit. So, as you know, people buy on the phone here. Then sell on the phone here.
I fell for that. I said I didn't buy through my friend at the time. So I fell for that trick, but it worked on me.
You can buy next time.
Okay. I will do that. One thing you miss about being a DJ?
Should I say the girls? No.
My wife's watching.
Actually, the traveling, the travel the world and being paid for it is quite nice. But everything in life has an expiration date. So it was good because I was DJing until I was 30.
Okay.
And so I don't miss it at all.
Okay.
I stopped. I put my last record on play. I stopped it, and that was the last time I ever DJed. Awesome. I don't miss anything.
Cool. And last question: your favorite financial YouTuber?
My favorite financial YouTuber is Smart Money with Kai.
What a gentleman.
I love his videos.
Right.
And I download all the apps that you recommend.
Appreciate it. Right. Now let's dive into some serious questions. Obviously, maybe you want to share a little bit about your quick background, where you're coming from, how you started from DJ, and how you went to become, running one of the biggest real estate agency for German speakers in the UAE.
Yeah, there are many agencies that are bigger than what we have. But we do quite well for a little team, I would say. And we have a nice little niche. I live in Dubai now for 12 years.
Oh, okay.
And we're both, I'm from Germany as well, so we're both expats here. And so originally from Germany, and then the studies, and then DJing, as we all know now, traveled the world. That's how I came to Dubai originally back in 2007. And I immediately fell in love with the city, with the vibe, with the energy, with the people, with the busyness and the speed that the city is going. You're not in Dubai for 1 month, and next month you come, there's another building or another stadium or whatever. You're like, the heck?
Yeah.
And then I became a real estate agent by accident a little bit because I needed money.
Okay.
And I had a couple of other businesses before, also here in Dubai. I was trying to sell advertisements. I was trying to sell cars. But then I found real estate and I fell in love with it immediately.
As an employee, you were working?
As an employee, yeah. I was employed in Dubai until 2020. Actually, I'm only self-employed since January 2020.
Okay, wow.
And that's when I started my own company. And now, since then, every year we sold 9 figures real estate. And
9 figures.
we have now a development company here as well as a partner. They built exclusively for us. With them, we already sold 860 units alone.
Wow.
And in 4 years, or actually in 3 years, and we have 1,000 units in the pipeline with them because we manage the units afterwards, and we'll have our own legal department here, property management.
Okay.
But the key thing is, that is our USP. We are a completely German-speaking team.
I see. Okay.
Because you and I were exceptional for German. I mean, our English is terrible. All the native speakers will probably laugh now. They're like, these Germans are funny. But at least we speak fluent English, or relatively fluent English. And that's where I found the niche, because back then in 2017, when I thought like, okay, these Germans, there is a market,
Sure.
and there's not many German agents here, so I have a little bit of a niche. If I focus on them, then I can maybe get a successful business, and that's what I did eventually 3 years later.
Okay.
I went on my own, alone with my wife. We started this thing.
She's with you in the company, I mean.
She's with me in the company. Yeah. She's
Amazing.
Not only life partner, but also business partner. And we're now also parents since 1 year.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. So, life is busy, but good
Okay.
overall.
Will you still cater to non-German speakers, or all
Yeah,
will be...
100%. We also cater to non-German speakers outside of our own projects,
Okay.
to be fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool. Very inspiring. I mean, really. I mean, when you think such a short period of time.
Yeah, we know each other from back in the day.
Back in the days. And,
Came to Ajman
Exactly.
for one night for, I don't know, 4,000 dirhams.
but that's so amazing for me to see. You're still the same guy. So humble. But I mean, he lives in the Burj Khalifa, and the tallest building in the world. And he took us to this lounge over there in the 120th floor. I mean, incredible. He said, I'll pick you up. I'll send you my driver. I said, what are you doing? I'm so used to taking taxis.
Yes, I'm not exactly the same anymore. So
Yeah,
lifestyle got upgraded.
Slight lifestyle upgrade, but still the same nice, amazing guy. So that's really inspiring to see. Daniel, in your eyes, like obviously you're biased, you're selling Dubai, but what would you say for people watching this who are thinking to invest into Dubai or UAE? What's the biggest benefits of investing here rather than elsewhere?
You are the best example. You invested in Dubai at the right time. So now your investment probably has at least appreciated 30 to 50%.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
So I bought also in the weak times, and Dubai is a long-term market. A lot of people, they're trying to flip. A lot of people, they're falling for... Dubai is an advertisement city, to be honest. If you want to learn about marketing, go to Dubai. They know how to
100%.
sell your shit, right? Literally. So you have to be careful in that regard, because it's not everything as good as they promise it, to be honest. So you have to be a little bit critical. That's where the German part comes in. We're like, oh, moment. You have to look at this. And if you don't invest in Dubai today, tomorrow it will be more expensive.
Yeah.
100%. We're so early. Here in Dubai, in 20 years, we will be in New York City of the 80s. Seriously, 100%. I'm so confident this will be the banking capital, this will be the trade capital, the tourism capital. It will be the melting pot for all the nations all over the world. Because why? Russians are not blocked from entering the UAE. Chinese can come in.
Anyone really can come.
Everybody can come. Or get a tourist visa, or even get a resident visa, which is super easy these days. And also the government here is extremely smart. Obviously, we're not a democracy. And in all honesty, I live here for 12 years. I don't miss to go to vote every 4 years at the ballot, because nobody cares anyway. It's only two parties that lead the country. It's either the Christians or the Socialist Party in Germany in our part. So they run this country, and specifically the city, like a company.
Yeah.
And the CEO is the royal family, and they just take care that it grows year by year. They even increased the expected growth of the GDP for this year.
Wow.
They went out with 4.6. They said, you know what? We calculate again. Will 2024 make 5.3?
Wow, incredible.
And that's in 1 year. 5.3 increase of GDP.
Wow. And do you see most of the people investing with you do it for their own, living reasons to live here, or is it more as an investment? They live abroad and do it as
purely investment.
Okay.
Like we also set them up here with the visa,
Okay.
obviously with the will registration for the properties, because still the Sharia applies here.
Okay, yeah.
So it's different regulations in the case of the worst case scenario, in case you die and you don't have a will here.
Yeah.
For example, if you only have daughters or something, we go to your brother. Like with this, like we're not going to details.
Sure.
It's a little bit more complicated than just this.
Okay.
But it's a very, very hot topic. Some of them, they move here, they come to Dubai as a second or third home. But most people just buy real estate also to get a visa. And it's getting more and more increasingly important for them to get the Emirates ID, which is like a little plastic card.
Yeah.
To say, you know what, I can leave Germany or Europe.
Sure.
In that case, I want to go to Dubai in case something happens. Because, political situation has been better.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's also what I tell my investors. Dubai is always doing good when the world is doing bad. And that's it's a very unfortunate saying, but it's true. It's a fact.
Sure.
Always
cyclical, which is nice. I mean, it's
exactly. So always when there's money to be protected, they park it in Dubai. Imagine it like Switzerland before the world wars. Just leave us out of whatever because we're too small. We're not interested in whatsoever. We're here to have a good time, to protect your money and your assets. And whatever happens outside, not my business.
That's a good point, really. I think you read many times it's really becoming the new Switzerland. Anyone is welcome as long as you abide by the rules, which cannot be said in Europe,
Which is not morally always on the forefront of everything, but that is not their goal.
Exactly.
And it wasn't the Swiss goal. And now we all think so highly of the Swiss.
Of course.
150 years later, and the Swiss have this and this and this. So we'll think of the Emiratis in 150 years like this. So that's why I invest now in the Zurich of 1800.
Yeah, good point. Now, obviously, this is a smart channel all about money. So let's talk money. What can investors expect to pay when they come here for, let's say, a one-bedroom if they invest with you, or in general in Dubai? And, what are approximate returns people can expect?
Approximate returns, obviously, we are a developer.
Yeah.
So we build own towers here in Dubai, which we completely manage. I've studied the market for 8 years before I went solo.
Yeah.
And I see it like this. There's a building, boom. In Dubai right now, we have 35,000 real estate agents.
Yeah. In Dubai.
Yeah. And over 1,000 companies in one city. Wow. So they all jump on the new launch, sell everything out, and then they jump on the next launch.
That's crazy.
So, but my thinking was always like, okay, how do we disrupt a game? So, okay, there's a building, they're all selling these things, and they always tell them, look, buy now, and then you flip it at the handover, or you flip it during the process.
Yeah.
Okay, but these buildings usually, like in Dubai, you don't build small buildings with like 8 to 12 units. You build buildings with 500, 600, 700 units. So imagine now 80% of the 500, 600, 700 units are being told, flip this shit, right? So obviously that market will crash, right? Nobody will make money in there. And that's where I came in. And I said, okay, if we talk and communicate with our investors and say, you know what, don't even dare to think of flipping, keep it for 10 years. Because we'll take care of your tenant, because everyone here, I mean, write it down in the comments. Did you ever get any advertisement from Dubai Real Estate? 100%. So, but nobody is targeting the tenants. So we, as a developer, we target the tenant for the person. So there's a tenant sitting, I don't know, like at his job, at his desk. They're like, oh, they target me. They want to talk to me. Oh, they want me to move into their building.
Yeah.
And they don't throw me out, and they don't increase the rent, and I don't have to pay commission. Oh, wow, that's amazing. So they come to my building and they rent it at a very higher price, according to that, in comparison to that area. Okay. So, for example, we rent 20 to 30% more than the buildings left and right.
Okay.
Because we have a system. Everything that we do is systemized till the last bit.
Okay.
For the investors, but as well for the tenants. And that's it's a good and bad thing, to be fair, because some investors argue, oh, that they don't have flexibility. They're like, no, you don't have it, but you have security. So what do you want? You can have unflexibility in your local market where you know the rules and regulations, where you know what things, because Dubai is still very volatile market. It still goes up and down like this. It's
and you can't guarantee a return. I mean, you don't.
No, we don't guarantee returns, but we can limit failure by understanding the markets and needs. And as long as we have tenants that are willing to pay expensive rent, and for me, that's also an investment because I'm paying a lot for the well-being of the tenant through my property management. But people talk, and now in our buildings we have waiting lists to get a rental apartment.
Wow.
So that's the number speaks for itself. And let's talk about numbers.
Yeah. So roughly, how much would be a one bedroom? I mean,
around 250,000 euros.
250,000. Okay.
Between 200 and 300,000. Yeah, and the returns will be 8 to 12%.
8 to 12% net. I mean, after obviously gross. Okay.
Yeah. And then you have around 1% of that return for the service charge.
Well, that's fair enough. I mean, that beats the S&P 500 returns. So really nice. And then obviously long term, you have the capital appreciation still on there and many other benefits. If you buy more units, I just finally got my golden visa, so I can be here for 10 years without renovation. So thank you. So it's a lot of benefits of that as well. So
the sentence that I hear, if I like every time from the investors from our very first building, like back then they were critical. They're like, but do you deliver on your promise? Okay, let's try 1 unit with you. And now they say, if I wish I would have bought 5 units back then or 10 units. And so I hear this every time, but back then it was during Corona. We launched our first building at the end of 2020.
Yeah.
And the prices were like now we're selling at 30 to 40% increase.
Wow. Okay.
Same units.
That's a nice return. But how does it work? Like then you're just gonna wire 250K to you, or is it an installment?
Payment plan. Yeah,
Payment plan. Okay.
Because usually we start selling when there's a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Or not even. We just dig in. And usually our buildings have 200, 250 units.
Okay.
So they're not too big, which is massively big for Europeans. I mean, I think your audience is mostly from Europe.
Yes.
But for Europe, it's massively big.
Sure.
But for Dubai, it's a small building for units. So 1 bedroom, 60 to 70 square meter, or 75 actually, 200 to 250,000 euros. And that's exactly our concept.
Yeah.
And then within 2.5 years, we'll finish the building. Usually a little bit earlier, like now we hand over a building in April, which was due in July.
Okay, wow. That's not often that you get the early handover. No. I mean, it's usually delayed, so that's very nice.
You have to learn this the hard way.
Yeah, but then got there eventually.
Eventually you got
but that's also the difference to Europe. For example, I mean, we bought now an apartment in Vilnius in Lithuania, or many parts in Germany. You get a handover, you pay way more. And then it's a gray finish. It was all gray walls. I have to get all the designs and this and that. Here you get a beautiful. I mean, I'm gonna put an overlay of your images and videos so you can see what it is. You have a concierge. You have a swimming pool. I mean, it's like a hotel.
We have a spa. We have a sauna. We have a steam room.
Incredible.
We have our own cinema rooms only for the residents too. So there's like 6 big couches for 2 people where they can chill. There's a popcorn maker and a soda automat. And you can chill, take a USB stick, and watch a movie.
Very cool, very cool. And let's talk about location, because obviously, Dubai is expanding. There's so many different areas, new ones coming up all the time. And everybody, when you go to the malls, they almost harass you to buy the latest new development, by the marina, by the mountain. And this gentleman always says, Kai, never buy in the hotspots, but the B location. So maybe we can talk a bit more about that.
Yeah, super easy, because as Dubai is a monarchy, the main developers here are government owned.
Yeah.
So they're like 5, which have a fake competition, let's say. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to the government.
Sure.
And obviously they have the prime locations reserved for them. So obviously the land, if somebody who would want to build there as a non-government developer, they would have to pay a huge premium for the land. So the not so fancy side, but also there, I have to say, we're now in Dubai 3.6 million people, right? But only 70,000 millionaires.
Okay.
Only. Well, but still, there's still 3.53 million people.
Why not?
Somebody has to take care of. And that's kind of my business model.
Okay.
Because everything in Dubai is about, the view, that.
Just glitz and glamour. And
exactly. Look at the Burj Khalifa, look at the sea, look at the tower and the creek that they don't build now. But these are the things. It's all about the view. But eventually, a tenant who will bring you return will turn around and say, oh, shit, the construction quality is ugly. The design is not the best. Plus, so let's talk about the view. But 250 tower have the same view. And if you have the budget only for a 1-bedroom, let's say, which is around €500,000, then, and you want to sell it to an investor, which is typically an investor, they say, oh, wait a second, you're on the 27th floor, but there's a unit on the 33rd, on the 25th, on the 41st floor. So make me the better deal, or otherwise I will go for it. So you'll be under pressure if you really have to sell, which I hope never ever happens to anyone. But as we know, sometimes life comes in between, and this is also where how we protect our investors by, if they have to sell, we always have people in the pipeline, because sometimes people don't want to wait 2.5 months for a return, or they have an exit from some stock investment company. They started part of the company, so they have some cash lying around. So they say, give me something immediately. So as soon as somebody says, Daniel, I'm getting through divorce, my company needs money, whatever, get rid of the unit. One of my sales agents, like we have 7 sales agents in the team. One of my sales agents, he said he sold a unit within 2 minutes over WhatsApp.
Again, WhatsApp, there you go. It's always...
it's like this. It's crazy.
Seriously, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable. And I mean, I also remember talking about a location, the sea view and what have you. You used to, many years ago, live in the marina, beautiful, one of the tallest towers, view over the thing, to see everything. Well, guess what? Until they sold all of it. And now what they did, they built a whole new island in front of it. So all those guys with sea view who invested in time, still look into other apartments.
And they even increased the land in the front to build another
tower. So it's I think it's a good strategy to kind of go into the best location of the B location.
The topic of the view is not our topic. Like we don't talk about the view at all. Tenant doesn't care about the view. What they want is a nice community. What they want is to be treated good. What they want is a nice neighborhood. We don't allow Airbnb, for example. We only have long-term tenants. Some tenants, they sign up in our building for 3 years up front. And that's great for investors. Imagine, you have already 3 years of return in your bank account.
That's amazing. That's something also new for me, that you get a one check. People pay 12 months in advance.
I know.
Incredible. And obviously UAE consists of 7 Emirates. Now you only focus on Dubai mostly.
Because I have only the license of Dubai. That's also a legality.
But why not, let's say, I'm sure if you go to another Emirate further up north, Ras Al Khaimah or something, a lot of people talk about casino opening there. Wouldn't it make sense to invest potentially there?
No. I'm very much against Ras Al Khaimah investments. I tell you why. Because Ras Al Khaimah will be the Atlantic city to Dubai's Las Vegas. 100%. Like, until they open this one casino, there will be 7 casinos open in Dubai.
So you think they're first going to open here?
100%. They don't, 100%. I will tell, but now we have it digitalized forever for the world. 100%. I know my city. They don't let them take it away from something like Ras Al Khaimah, which is where you drive 1.5 hours through the desert until you reach something that looks, inshallah, in 7 years like never gonna happen. Full stop.
Fair enough. That's why. Gotta invest into Dubai. I mean, I agree. I mean, I think, Dubai is the beating heart of the UAE, so to say. So definitely makes sense. Cool. I mean, maybe then to finish off, I mean, what about you personally? How do you invest yourself? I mean, obviously you have, I'm sure, your own real estate portfolio. Do you have any other kind of investments, or you only focus here on real estate? What do you do for yourself?
No, I love real estate because I understand it, and I think I have a lot of knowledge, and I consider myself really an expert in that field in Dubai. But also I'm trying to apply my rules, because real estate is no rocket science. Basically, it works all over the world the same. I would never invest in Germany, for example, because it's still way too overpriced for what it is. Even though the price came down, or we really had a small bubble burst just this month in January. The prices dropped to almost 10%. I don't know if you saw the reports. But yeah, I would never invest in Germany. I'm looking into the UK deeper. I have a property portfolio here in Dubai as well. And I've burnt my fingers with funds through a banker a little bit.
So not an ETF exchange trade fund, but like a managed fund by a banker.
Managed fund, but they didn't manage it. They were like just so I burned a little bit my finger of that. So I'm putting that one, and I'm investing in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple. These are the 3 main. And then I have some, but very small positions, like less than 2,000 euros.
But biggest concentration in real estate.
Like I want to have, of course, 100% real estate, But
your own units also, like with
yeah,
yourself?
of course, I always buy. I always just keep units for myself because I want to be part of the success of the people.
Okay.
And obviously, and that's how I started. And you know it, like I always bought property first before I advertise it.
Sure.
Because if I'm invested, that makes a difference for the investor.
Of course.
And if you stand behind the product, you sell it better.
Yeah.
And I stand 1,000,000% behind my product.
That's amazing.
I develop meanwhile. So, but yeah, no, I think cryptocurrencies also there. It's a very hyperinflated market in many ways. Also, the NFT bubble burst. So you have to be careful about that. But I'm a strong believer in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and Ripple.
Definitely.
That's where I put my money in.
I mean,
And watches. I love watches.
You were okay. Okay, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
I gotta get more subscribers for such a watch, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Awesome, cool. Well, Daniel, really appreciate the time. Thanks for all the insights.
Thanks for having me.
Keep on rocking as you do.
Always.
It's unbelievable to see your success story.
Doesn't matter if DJ or selling real estate, we're still banging.
That's it. And after this now, we're going to hit the gym. And guys, if you have any other questions, pop them down in the comments below. I'll get back to every single one of you. If you're interested in real estate, I'll put a form down in the description below. You can fill it out and I'll shoot it over to Daniel so you can get in touch if you're interested in any of that, or let me know also if you want to see any of his videos. They're mostly in German though, but they're pretty insightful. You have subtitles now. I'll link it over here. You can check it next. If you want to see one of my next videos, I'll link it over here. So the choice is yours. Daniel, it was a pleasure. Thanks very much.
Always.
Thanks a lot. And as always, stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll see you in the next one.
Let's go.
Cheers.